Some fuzzy accounting math in Detroit and Chicago. Operations are underway to retake Fallujah and Raqqa from the Islamic State. And a Temple Mount activist's first day in the Knesset, and he gets called out by Prime Minister Netanyahu. This is SkyWatchTV for Wednesday, May 25th, 2016. I'm Derek Gilbert. First, conflicting information into the investigation of the crash of EgyptAir Flight 804. A forensics expert in Egypt said Monday that human remains retrieved from the crash site indicated an explosion. They had burn marks, and the pieces were so small that an explosion was the best explanation. But Tuesday, Egypt's chief of forensics denied reports that an initial examination pointed to an explosion, said that everything published about this matter, and I'm quoting now, is completely false. On Monday, President Obama confirmed that Taliban leader Mullah Mansour was killed in a U.S. drone strike in Pakistan. He made the announcement at a press conference in Hanoi, where the president was meeting with Vietnam's President Tran Dai Quang. This was the first U.S. strike in Balochistan province, that's southwestern Pakistan. Pakistan's government was only notified of the attack after it happened, and they weren't particularly happy about that. Pakistan's military has been cooperating quietly with the CIA's drone war, but they had refused requests up to this point to allow attacks in Balochistan province. President Obama also announced Monday that the U.S. will lift a ban on weapons sales to Vietnam. This probably has less to do with normalizing relations with the Vietnamese and more to do with countering the growing influence of China in the region. In Syria, ISIS commandos hit an air base near Palmyra, blowing up Russian warplanes, helicopters, and supply trucks. A Russian military source quoted in Russian press denied that the destruction was the result of an attack, said that a fire had just gotten out of control. A full-scale assault on Raqqa is apparently underway. This is the Islamic State's self-proclaimed capital city in northern Syria. The attacking army belongs to the Syrian Democratic Forces, which is a coalition of about a number of militia groups, Kurdish, Arab, Assyrian, Armenian, Turkmen, and Circassian. About 1,200 fighters reportedly, or 12,000 fighters rather, taking part in the attack, most of them, of course, Sunni Muslims. Meanwhile, a Shia force in Iraq has launched an attack on Fallujah. The fight began Monday. Government troops and Shiite militia units attacking from different directions. The question is, if and when the Shia troops attacking Fallujah overrun the 800 or so ISIS troops there, if they'll be looking for some payback, as Fallujah has been a hotbed of Sunni jihadist activity for more than 10 years. One of Bill Clinton's wars have come back to haunt us in Iraq and Syria. Kosovo, which was formerly a province of Serbia, mainly ethnic Albanians, 95% of them Sunni Muslims, but formerly a rather moderate strain of Sunni Islam. In other words, one that didn't particularly follow the Quran all that closely. Well, since 1999, when Kosovo declared independence after a U.S.-led NATO bombing campaign, it's been evangelized by Wahhabist imams, clerics, who are mainly financed by Saudi Arabia and its Sunni allies around the Persian Gulf. And thanks to millions of euros poured into Kosovo to build mosques and support these imams, Kosovo is now fertile ground for recruiting for the Islamic State. Over the last 2 years, police there have identified 314 Kosovars who've left the country to join ISIS, recruited by extremist imams, financed by Saudi Arabia. I told you Monday about Temple Mount Rabbi Yehuda Glick, a surprise appointee to the Knesset, which is the legislative body in Israel. A little more explanation to the remark I made Monday. I said Rabbi Glick was 33rd on the Likud list and thus a surprise to make it to the Knesset. It occurred to me after the fact that I could have explained that a little bit better. You see, in the elections last year, the Likud party was expected to win about 18 seats in the Knesset. And Rabbi Glick had been elected, he was like 33rd in terms of votes on this slate put together by Likud. Well, Likud did a lot better in the elections than thought. The party won 30 seats in the Knesset instead of the 18 they were expected to get. So that meant Rabbi Glick was then third on the list if spots in the Knesset opened up. Well, one MK, member of Knesset, was appointed to be Israel's envoy to the United Nations, and two others resigned, including former Defense Minister Moshe Ya'alon. So, on Monday, Rabbi Glick paid his last visit to the Temple Mount as a private citizen. Members of Knesset are barred from visiting the Temple Mount because of the political sensitivity of that issue. Now, he did clear this with the government, but Monday afternoon, at the end of a Likud party meeting, Prime Minister Netanyahu turned his attention to Rabbi Glick and said, "This is the last time you do this to me." Oops. Here at home, a nasty surprise for the city government of Detroit. I told you recently that pension funds, unfunded pension liabilities, a ticking time bomb for America's economy. Detroit's case offers more evidence. The city just emerged from the largest municipal bankruptcy filing in American history. And it discovered that the first payment it must make under the bankruptcy agreement to fill a hole in its pension fund, which comes due in 2024, which the city thought was going to be about $113 million, will actually be $195 million. A city spokesman said the actuarial assumptions used in the bankruptcy proposal were inaccurate and outdated. Oops. Here's another problem. The new number, the $195 million hole that it's expected to fill, counts on assets in the pension fund earning 6.75% per year interest on those investments. Now, if you know where you can find a guaranteed 6.75% annual rate of return on your investments, please let me know. The situation is even worse in Chicago, where new accounting shows that city has understated its pension liabilities by $11.5 billion. The actual shortfall in the municipal employees' annuity and benefit fund is $18.6 billion, and it's on track to run out of money within 10 years. Mayor Rahm Emanuel says he's hoping to get concessions from the union and help from the state legislature. Don't bet on the union giving up a penny. And having spent 4 of the last 5 years living in southern Illinois, I can guarantee you legislators from south of Interstate 80 are not going to want to bail out the city of Chicago. And you see why Chicago's credit rating now is worse than any other large American city except Detroit. And speaking of poor credit, Deutsche Bank, which is so enlightened that it refused to expand operations in a place so backward as North Carolina, where they insist that men use public restrooms for men, just had its bond rating downgraded by Moody's rating service Monday to 2 notches above junk status. And just hours before that announcement, the bank admitted to engaging in stock fraud, and the Securities and Exchange Commission announced it was opening an investigation into Deutsche Bank's involvement in the mortgage crisis of 2007 and 2008. So, Governor McCrory, state legislators in North Carolina, if these are the kind of people standing against you, you're doing something right. And to our progressive friends, let me just make one other observation. There are 10 countries in the world where you can get the death penalty for being homosexual or transgender, and not a single one of them is North Carolina. And finally, an exorcism gone bad in Colombia, the nation, has left a woman dead. The victim was a married mother of 2 from the northern part of that country. She reportedly told her family that she was suffering from nightmares and had a persistent feeling that she was being followed. So the family called in a self-described witch, brought in to banish the evil spirits or negative energy, or however she characterized what was going on, with a ritual, an exorcism ritual involving candles, sulfur, and alcohol. She sprinkled sulfur and alcohol on the victim, who then unfortunately got too close to the candles. In the resulting confusion, she jumped up, set the witch on fire. Both women were hospitalized. The victim died after 9 days of her injuries. No report as to whether criminal charges will be filed against the witch. Look, powers, principalities, evil spirits, if you will, are real. They can be banished. Jesus Christ does it without alcohol or sulfur or fire. which, by the way, are more often than not tools of the other side. This week on SkyWatch TV, we're telling you how you can get a tenfold return on the investment of $20. This isn't one of those things where you send in a seed and then wait for God to bless it. No. $19.95 plus shipping and handling gets you over $200 worth of books and products from SkyWatch TV. This is all related to the release of the forthcoming blockbuster book from Tom Horn and Chris Putnam, The Final Roman Emperor, the Islamic Antichrist, and the Vatican's Last Crusade. Details on what you can get and how coming up at the end of this program. But we talk about the book, the second of our 3 discussions with Tom and Chris on SkyWatch TV this week. If you caught it on the Christian television network last night, good for you. Otherwise, you've got another opportunity today, coast to coast on the Cornerstone Network, 2:30 p.m. Central Time. And then again Saturday on the Victory Television Network and the Christian Television Network. For a complete list of dates and times to see the program, log on to skywatchtv.com and then click the link in the top menu bar that says Channels. That program, by the way, is also available now to watch at your convenience on the SkyWatch TV channel on Roku. If you have one of those set-top boxes that allows you to bring in programs via the internet through your television, add SkyWatch TV to your Roku account. Instructions on how to add the SkyWatch TV channel posted at skywatchtv.com/Roku. And speaking of streaming video, the Rocky Mountain International Prophecy Conference can come direct to your home. July 15th through the 17th, 32 presentations from 25 speakers live in real time. And then those videos, those presentations archived for 6 weeks after the conference. For information and to sign up, log on to prophecywatchers.com. Your support is critical to SkyWatch TV. Keeps us going here. And we always like to send a thank you for your support. During the month of May, while supplies last, your donation of $20 or more will get you these gifts for Mom. Mother's Day has passed, but it's never too late to give Mom a gift. These books, Favorite Family Meals and Survive the Unthinkable, a total guide to women's self-protection, a personal journal, and a mug for Mom's coffee or tea. All of that for you, for your donation of $20 or more. To donate, log on to skywatchtv.com/donate. And of course, your mouse finger can also help us. A simple click, click share, click subscribe at these places on the web. That helps us, and we do thank you for that. And of course, if you've got comments or questions for me, you'll find the email rather. Send those to dgilbert@skywatchtv.com. And thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is SkyWatch TV.
Coming exclusively from SkyWatch TV for a very limited time starting May 31st, 2016. When you purchase the new book and final report from Tom Horn and Chris Putnam, The Final Roman Emperor, the Islamic Antichrist, and the Vatican's Last Crusade, you'll receive the largest giveaway of 2016, an unprecedented value of over $200 in free books, DVDs, audio files, and a data DVD library with tens of thousands of pages of ancient literature no longer available, as well as movies, WikiLeaks files the government does not want you to see, and more for your library or to give away as gifts. Included in this biggest giveaway of 2016 are Chris Putnam's full-length DVD presentation, Astrobiology and the Vatican ET Connection, the new 5-part SkyWatch TV special investigative report on the book, The Final Roman Emperor, plus 2 mystery books with a $40 value, and a data DVD library with thousands of pages of ancient literature, movies, and audio series for your library or to give away as gifts. And for the first several thousand customers while supplies last, you'll also receive Satan's Dirty Little Secret, the 2 demon spirits that all demons get their strength from. Satan, You Can't Have My Promises, the spiritual warfare guide to reclaim what's yours. What Happens When I Die, true stories of the afterlife and what they tell us about eternity. Becoming a Prayer Warrior, a guide to effective and powerful prayer. An unprecedented value of over $200 in never-before-offered free products. And the biggest giveaway of 2016, yours absolutely free when you purchase The Final Roman Emperor from SkyWatchTV.com for only $19.95 plus shipping, beginning May 31st. But be advised, this astonishing promotion is limited to first come, first serve while supplies last. So it's urgent. Beginning May 31st, 2016, you place your order for the final book and biggest biggest prediction yet in this 4-year investigation by internationally acclaimed best-selling authors Tom Horn and Chris Putnam. The Final Roman Emperor, the Islamic Antichrist, and the Vatican's Last Crusade for only $19.95 plus shipping. This offer is on a limited time basis and will end without notification. So be sure to visit SkyWatchTV.com to follow the updates in the countdown to the biggest giveaway of 2016. Order the new book by Tom Horn and Chris Putnam on May 31st to receive the unprecedented value of over $200 while supplies last. Free products limited to quantity on hand and may be replaced by products of equal value.